Ukrainian forces thwarted 2 Russian assaults using all-terrain vehicles, ATVs, in the Donetsk region over the past 2 days, stopping Russian advances near Yampil and Pokrovsk despite difficult weather conditions. As per the ground forces report on January 6th, the Ukrainian Defense Forces repelled a Russian assault attempt involving ATVs toward Yampil. This village, located in the northern Donetsk region near the Sloviansk sector of the front, holds strategic importance due to its position along key transport routes and its proximity to several critical settlements. According to a telegram report, Russian forces attempted to exploit severe weather conditions, heavy snowfall, strong winds, and near-zero visibility to move an assault group undetected. Due to the poor weather, aerial reconnaissance was limited, and Russian troops apparently expected to pass through covertly. Despite these conditions, Ukrainian forces detected the assault group advancing along the road to Yampil. Drone operators from the SIGNUM battalion were immediately deployed, operating in coordinated pairs. They worked in pairs clearly and calmly, without chaos. Coordination, experience, and consistency produced results, the report, accompanied by a video, said. The assault was stopped. Enemy manpower was eliminated. Enemy equipment was burned, the ground forces added. The incident follows a similar report on January 4, when Ukraine's Syiaslav Separate Airborne Brigade announced the destruction of a column of Russian ATVs in the Pokrovsk area of the Donetsk region. That assault was also documented by Ukrainian drone footage. In late September 2025, Russian sources claimed their forces had advanced into Yampil, but Ukraine's 11th Army Corps denied the reports, calling them an element of information warfare aimed at spreading panic. Ukrainian officials stressed that Yampil remains under the control of the armed forces of Ukraine and that all sabotage attempts have been swiftly neutralized. In early October, AFU's Commander-in-Chief Oleksandr Syrsky announced that the situation in the area had been stabilized. In August 2024, Russia's Defense Minister Andrei Belousov said that the military was planning to establish tactical driving courses for buggies and ATVs at training centers across the Leningrad military district. Despite mounting evidence that assaults on Ukrainian defensive positions using motorcycles, ATVs, and buggies have resulted in heavy losses, Moscow has continued to portray their use as a positive development. Announcing the new training initiative, Belousov said such vehicles were in high demand on the battlefield and had proven successful and effective for assault operations, troop rotations, cargo delivery, and medical evacuations. There have also been reports that Russian forces are deploying mobile ATV and buggy teams to support first-person view FPV drone operators, believing that smaller vehicles allow them to move less conspicuously across the battlefield. The Defense Express outlet reported that several pro-Kremlin military bloggers suggested the creation of dedicated driver courses signaled a broader transition within Russia's armed forces toward greater reliance on motorcycles and buggies. Belousov's remarks came on the same day that paratroopers from Ukraine's 79th Air Assault Brigade published footage showing how they repelled a large-scale Russian assault near Kurakova in the Donetsk region. That attack involved dozens of armored vehicles supported by ATVs and motorcycles and resulted in heavy casualties among Russian forces. Historically, the Russian military made use of lightweight vehicles and motorcycles, but largely abandoned them around 2011. Citing the absence of a clear operational concept or doctrine for their employment. In early July 2024, the Russian military-focused website Top War reported that new deliveries of the RFA lightweight all-terrain tactical vehicle had been received by units of the Russian Combat Army Reserve (BARS) operating in the Zaporizhzhia region. The vehicle was originally designed for Russian special forces. According to Mikhail Degtyarev, governor of Russia's Khabarovsk region, the vehicles were undergoing combat testing. He said troops have praised the RFA for its repairability, speed, and maneuverability. While all delivered vehicles had been sent to frontline units, Degtyarev added that additional orders have been placed. Yampil, located about 17 kilometers northeast of Sloviansk, has seen repeated Russian infiltration attempts throughout 2025. In September, Russian troops disguised as civilians attempted to storm the town, hiding in homes and basements before Ukrainian forces blocked and neutralized them. Parts of the settlement have remained a gray zone with active fighting. In December, Ukrainian forces conducted clearing operations in the forests leading toward Lyman, pushing Russian units back toward Yampil, where more open terrain leaves them exposed to drone surveillance and artillery. The town sits along approaches to Ukraine's fortress belt, the 50-kilometer fortified defensive line anchored by Sloviansk and Kramatorsk that Ukraine has reinforced since 2014. Russian forces are attempting to infiltrate the city of Lyman in northern Donetsk Oblast, but continue to suffer serious losses and fail to break through, according to Ukrainian military spokesman Viktor Trehubov. Despite multi-directional pressure and tactical shifts, Ukrainian forces maintain control as both sides struggle with vast contested terrain and active drone presence. On the Lyman axis, Russian troops are trying to circumvent Ukrainian positions and simultaneously penetrate the city, reported Trehubov, the head of communications for the Joint Forces grouping. The situation is complicated by large zones of combat uncertainty and intense drone activity, Trehubov said in a television broadcast, as reported by RBC Ukraine. Trehubov said both sides are experiencing logistical problems caused by vast contested areas and the constant presence of UAVs, which make it hard to maneuver and resupply. Trehubov added that Russian troops are attempting both to flank Lyman and to enter the settlement directly, employing a range of pressure tactics. Trehubov earlier reported that Russian forces intend to bypass Vovchansk in northern Kharkiv Oblast and advance toward Donetsk Oblast's Lyman during this January. He also said that the invaders had intensified pressure in the Kupiansk district in eastern Kharkiv Oblast further north of Lyman.